Flying private jet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, see ya, buddy.
See ya.
Okay. Well, that answers that. I mean, it is depressing, dude. Like, it is actually depressing. Where the fuck are they at, bro? What the fuck are they doing, man?
He's on the phone. He's coming now.
Yeah, you too. Come on. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Leslie's here, so I'm getting Leslie over too.
Oh, we have a fucking meeting. Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
Where's Brian?
Fuck. Sorry about that.
Where's Brian? Is he with you?
Yeah, he's coming. Brian, we're on the other side of the building.
All right. Greetings, Leslie. Greetings.
I decided to come around for an hour.
Hell yeah.
So, apparently there is 5 people you can vote for.
Who are those 5?
I don't know.
I'm very discouraged today. I'm gonna be honest. My motivation is just shot.
Apparently Oswaldo is there scamming votes as well at the city hall.
Scamming mulch?
Okay, somebody needs to record this. Whoever told you that, Harry, tell him to record that right now.
I'm glad you mentioned record. We should record some of this conversation for y'all's protection and my own.
Listen, Brian. Before we dive into everything else, right? If I have this video recording of Osvaldo trying to beat Suarez up with a hammer, but Suarez did not do anything about it. Does this video mean anything, or is it useless?
It's useless unless. What the fuck is his last name? Osvaldo. It's useless unless he. Ring of Fear. It's useless. It's useless. And I'll tell you why. This is Los Santos, right? Sometimes people do shit, and if the victim, quote unquote, doesn't feel like they're a victim, then there is no crime.
I mean, I feel like that's been so. People are, like I said at the meeting, were saying that he was getting away with shit because cops felt bad that he was running for mayor.
Yep. That's happened with past elections as well.
That's fucking insane. Is that not insane? Is that not the most insane thing you've ever heard?
No, not at all.
What?
Yeah, it happens all the time. They're
That's never happened with me.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't.
Are you being sarcastic? I can't tell.
Listen, you've gotten away with some things prior to your election campaign.
What the fuck did I get away with, Brian?
I don't fucking remember.
There's no way I've got away with anything, Brian, because you guys can't prove half the shit I do. Come on. You know a lot, but you can't prove a lot.
Yeah, that's right. We can't prove it if we, pump the brake.
What do you mean?
Pump the brakes. In other words, not take the additional steps necessary to uncover the evidence required. Listen, we've had a conversation along these lines.
Yeah, we have, but like I said, it's very different, right? You trying to investigate something you have to prove versus me just shooting Denzel in front of you. You're like, oh, fuck it. You're running for mayor. You're good to go. You know what I mean?
It's happened with every election. I can promise you that.
Yeah, but that's
Didn't happen
absolutely
with my election.
that's absolutely ridiculous.
Actually, that is true. I can't speak to your election, but you make a fair point there, Lang. But the thing is, like, it's a hammer to somebody. The question becomes: was Suarez encouraged not to press charges? If he was encouraged not to press charges, now it's different. Like under threat of like getting fired, etc. So if that is the case, then then that's a legitimate issue, right? I don't want to open the can of worms to other past elections, but I'm gonna tell you it's been a pattern for a while, especially if there's like an indicator that'll make for a better election. It's just the nature of Los Santos.
I hate being mayor. You know why? It opens my eyes to like how shit this city really is.
Oh, it's worse. You had a question, remember? Maybe Cy Carter.
Yeah. What the fuck is even going on with that? How does he get out of jail after all this shit that went down yesterday?
Including the threats to Eve.
Including the threats to Eve, yeah. I mean, that's mostly what I was talking about, but yeah.
So, have you seen the latest docket update?
We did not. It was sealed.
Good. Not everyone knows what that is. Some people fucked up. I'm actually about to talk to Crane about that. I can't go into the matter simply because it's in this strange area of whether or not I'm allowed to talk about it. But I will summate it as corruption, bad faith on the part of the DOJ, and I think Crane is coming in as a hero to help resolve it. However, the details of the incident are likely to become public.
Okay.
And to give you somewhat of an idea, I went for Hayes. I pressed charges on James Hayes, Nick Simone's ex-attorney, just 2 days ago, as well as Hardcastle. I'm pushing docket charges against him, and he's not the first member of the DOJ. That means judges and lawyers, because I've spent the better part of God knows how long saying to myself, look, there's barely judges and there's barely lawyers, giving rope after rope after rope, but people want to keep pressing the line and abuse my my kindness, and I'm done with that. So if people want to fuck around and play games, they're about to learn. Because I got all the time in the world. And I don't mind losing in court. That's the thing.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know. I mean, how do you still have motivation, Brian? I'm exhausted, I think.
I got asked that question earlier, how I didn't lose my mind and how I keep my patience. You gotta remember, back in the day, I was told I ruined the police department, so I dealt with that for 2 years, followed by, claims of conspiracy and other allegations for 1.5 years. So I'm like, what's the worst that you can say about me? I'm used to that shit. I want to make a difference. That's what motivates me.
Yeah, but
and
then
I think
you just get beaten down. You just get beaten down, Then you have to deal with fucking morons who are literal morons. And somehow they get given leeway and opportunities that most people won't get because they're funny. Yeah, I'm talking about Osvaldo. It's exhausting.
Or there's an appeal to emotion. That's actually the biggest danger. Because all it takes is someone saying, oh my God, I'm a victim right now. And then all of a sudden the last year of all the shit that they've doing becomes irrelevant. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people have put themselves in these positions, but once they've gotten to that position, they've made all those fuck ups. Now all of a sudden, well, okay, well now there was an effect to the cause that they created. Well, no, fuck that shit. People put themselves in these positions. They decided to make those actions, and now when it's time for accountability, they don't want it. I don't. No.
Facts. Oh God.
It's yeah. So yeah, you'll hear some of the details as to why that's transpired. I can tell you this much, that I'm doing my due diligence. So I think we're very limited in PD right now. We're second half of the shift, there's like 4 officers on duty at times.
Jesus.
We don't really have many prosecutors, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you right now that I know there's been grievances with Bundy.
Yeah.
I believe in him until he shows me otherwise. I want you to consider the following.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of corruption on all fronts for a long time. But I want you to consider the following, is that there's moments of corruption when you're willing to protect your family.
You hear who dug up the body at the graveyard? Who was involved in that?
Yep. I've known about it I uncovered that about 2 months ago. No one wanted to give a fuck.
Like, how does nobody give a shit? It's
'Cause
crazy.
it depends
to me,
who's
Brian.
involved. Depends if they get teary-eyed. That's what happens. People say, wait, why me? What about, oh, why me? I didn't do anything. And then, yeah.
Were Copper and Snow involved in that? Because that's what the names I got. Bundy, Copper, and Snow.
No. You're talking about the Simone grave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's untrue.
So who was it? Oh, you probably can't tell me.
I can't say.
Interesting.
But there were officers involved. Can you say that at least? Or no?
You're going to hear a lot of details when the docket goes up with Simone.
Okay. I mean, that's fair enough.
And once that is public and that case is closed, well, then any information pertaining to those things become public.
Well,
But the thing I'm getting you to consider, and this is like in regards to Bundy. Look, I didn't trust the guy for the longest time. You have to understand, this is the guy that assisted the Simone cover-up unit to paint a narrative.
yeah. Yeah.
There's also the things that you're aware of, things that happen up in, with fucking supernatural guy, Norman Bones, and this and that.
Yeah.
I fully believe that he acted to protect his family. And I think we were challenging each other for a long time. And I think between those two things, there was a lot of reasons why there was mistrust between us two. He said a lot of things that might have been unforgivable, but at this stage in time, I have zero reason to believe that Bundy is not doing the right thing. The point I'm trying to make here is he made a decision in the moment to protect his family, and the protection of the other people that I'm sure you understand who I'm referencing was a side effect of him protecting his unit. That unit no longer exists. That doesn't mean those other individuals are not of the same characteristic, but Bundy is a key component in bringing down corruption. Until and if he shows me otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if that's actually going to happen, then I trust you by all means. You do what you got to fucking do. You know what I mean?
I've been seeing the steps, and it's not talk, it's action. The difference between him and a lot of the shit that's happening right now is the problem with the kind of corruption that's being dealt with is pattern corruption. It's not one incident. It's not two incidents. It's like running in their fucking blood.
Yeah. I mean, it happens when people just get fired and then rehired and shit, right? Like, that's the problem. It's like
no. Yeah. Man, once you hear some of this shit, it's gonna, it's been a wild 72 hours.
Like what bothers me is like people are always opportunistic, even if they may play all the wrong cards. You know what I mean?
There are lawyers that aren't even representing their clients, aren't telling them about plea deals. They're going and speaking with me and other officers in order to get their own. They make cases about themselves. It's fucked. It's absolutely fucked.
I'm about to take a private jet out of the city for a while. Fuck the election.
I don't think that's a good idea because here's the thing. There's very few good people left. Look, I've shot strippers in the pussy. You've had a past where maybe you've blown up some things. But here's the thing. I feel like at some point, I don't think you're too dissimilar from me in the sense that there was a point in time, maybe a realization hit where there's a feeling that things may have gone too far. And there's very few people left to hold the line.
I mean, it's definitely that, but it's also, with my past and the things that I've done, I've always been willing to accept my consequences, no matter what they were. I agree with that. For example, let's say I allegedly plotted to kill you, right, as the mayor. If I was caught for that, I wouldn't be shocked that I would lose my position as mayor. That's a consequence that I'd welcome because I know what I'm getting into. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people don't think like that. They feel like they can operate and do things and get away with it for, being in a position or whatever reason they may feel legit. A lot of people just can't accept, consequences for their actions. Everything I've ever done in my fucking life, if I got caught for it, or if consequences came and hit me in the face, I took that shit like a fucking man every single fucking time.
I remember.
Like, how do you have Cy Carter fucking threatening you the other night, and now he's fucking out of jail?
When you see the bar complaints, it'll all make sense. But like, accountability needs to come back. It really does.
It desperately does. It's been missing for such a long time.
But it does take small steps, right? And it needs to remain consistent. I think part of it is, each one is a battle. You strike someone once, and it's like, all right, the other 9 should learn, but they don't. That's where I'm coming from. Even if it ends up meaning, a couple of judges, couple lawyers lose their bar license, then, so be it. I'll tell you the other end of the spectrum, and this is the thing that I do have a planned meeting with Crane about, and if you're interested in attending that. Prosecutorial requirements are through the fucking roof. It's why all this shit is getting locked up. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not fuck around when it comes to my evidence. I don't press charges unless I've got a lot. But as I've increased my standards out of left field, it's almost like some judges are sort of playing the role of balancing the case. So, for example, let's say you go to a court case and you've got like all kinds of shit ready to go. In reality, the defense is going to lose. But motherfuckers go in there and they're like, all right, well, they got this much. Let's balance it out. So let me start helping the defense. Or listening to lines of reasoning.
Stashes need to go like the Manor stash. Listen, look.
I'm dealing with a case right now where...
I know your streamer thinks that our stash is unrateable.
Our witnesses are being ignored.
But don't believe everything your streamer says.
And the threats on their life versus another. It's fucked. It's actually getting fucked. But I'm being very vague intentionally for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I don't know. I got to go deal with this election, Brian. I mean, I'm fucking gassed. I'm going to be honest. Motivation's
I don't think you should be.
Motivation's gone. I wake up every day to different shit that people are just going to fucking get away with. And there's nothing I can do about it. I hate being privy to all this information. It drives me crazy. I'd rather be naive and just rob banks and kill cops and not think in depth about the city. It drives me crazy.
thought about that last week. But here's the thing. Like I said, if there is no line left, if what you say about Osvaldo is true and he's focused on whatever the fuck, like reducing taxes, like as if that's going to make a fucking difference, what's going to end up happening is, well, you're just going to be sitting in some queue for an S++, fighting over another crew, taking the same old fucking vehicle, you're not going to want to. Yeah,
I know that's the depressing part. It's just very depressing. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a
motherfuckers literally. You know, I'll tell you some things I'm working on. I fucking the fact that I had a 200 hour investigation on a crew, and I have to go through all these steps of someone tampering with evidence when honestly it should just be okay. I get it done. You know what I mean? Why the fuck do I have to go through this entire song and dance? Some of these things should just be straight up hearings. I think the courts need to reduce their standards. This city is not compatible any longer for those standards. They're really not.
I agree.
Due process, all that makes sense, but we need to hear cases. And if there's a feeling that those cases need to be heard sooner, or even, I'll tell you another thing, precedents. Should be able to go up to someone like Crane, maybe 2 other senior judges, and you put up a case for new law changes. And those things need to come into place. Like even this terrorism shit that you're going to be a part of, the fact that we need to go to create precedents as to what is political terrorism, to split it up with hospital terrorism and like, you know, take down a building terrorism, it's stupid. It creates 10-hour-long court cases versus things that people actually care about. You kind of get what where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
That's where I would, if you win this election and you still got that energy, I'm telling you right now, that is the real focus.
Yeah, but I don't have the energy to battle an election. People are just gonna jump through. Like Harry got called. This guy's trying to scam people into voting for him. Is anybody gonna do anything about that?
Wait,
Fuck
what?
no. The minute I go down there and attempt to do that, I got 30 cops in my ass throwing me in jail.
Well, I'm trying to get someone to film it. So he's basically
Wait,
standing
what
at the
happened?
ballot boxes trying to get people to vote for him.
Osvaldo's apparently at the ballot boxes trying to influence and bribe people to vote for him.
But I'm trying to get someone to get on film, you know. So
You do realize that Rami like fucking flew blimps into shit.
Oh, I know.
Oh, wait,
I
you
got
guys
shot
know
down
about
in
that.
one.
Oh yeah.
I got shot down in one.
Oh yeah.
I was in the blimps.
Yeah. Oh man. Whoa, whose election was that? Was that Denzel's election?
That was.
it was. Right?
Nope.
Denzel's.
That was Abdul against Denzel. Yeah, it was
No,
Denzel's
no.
election.
Well,
Was it-
which blimp are you through? Because there was never.
There was a
blimp
lot of blimps. There was a
Yeah,
lot
I don't know.
of
We
blimps.
we've been a part of like every fucking election. So
The worst thing that happened in my election was somebody tried to shoot me during a speech.
Jesus.
Yeah. At the
I
casino.
would videotape Harry.
Yeah, I got someone on it.
all right, Brian. I would love to talk all day, but we gotta go and fight for this fucking dog shit election. So we're gonna go
Yeah,
take care of
100%.
that. Just keep me in the loop with everything, okay?
Yeah. When it comes to all this stuff for the protection of your own people, understand that there are people that you may have trusted, and that circle is a lot
Burn
smaller.
everybody to the ground. I don't give a fuck who it is, Brian. If they've fucking done some stupid shit, you burn them. No matter who it is.
All right.
Hey, Brian, Bass last week gave me a call. So he's
Is it also ominous? But burn him. Like, what the fuck Lang? What the fuck Lang is gonna do, bro? Like, Lang is the mayor. You guys gotta understand. Like, he's actually trying to fix the city. Hey, Penny.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah, there's a reason Lang's been preaching like tighten the fucking screws, stop being fucking morons.